What is the worst food you've been served at someone else's house? My mom brought me to her friend's daughter's birthday party, and the kid's grandma was in charge of food. The kids got chicken fingers, and the grandma made pork dumplings for the adults. I had a few dumplings, and for some reason I had to hold back from gagging. Like something about them was not right, and I couldn't figure out why. I ate a couple of them anyway. It turns out, Grandma forgot to cook the dumplings and had served everyone raw pork. When I was a kid, I was at the house of a new friend. His mother asked us if we were hungry, and we said yes. She then made us each a bowl of ketchup with pieces of bread in it. It was more ketchup than bread. My friend ate it without question, so I guess it was standard for him. I choked mine down as I was too shy to say anything, but I remember how awful it was. Shit was fucked. My husband was enjoying his aunt's Jell-O salad until he found a tooth in it. Burgers that were cooked on the stovetop in boiling water. I didn't even know that was a thing. They were so dry. When I was little, my friend's mom made spaghetti with a meat sauce that was pretty bad. Served it out of a big pot, and it just didn't taste great. The kicker was when we were all done, she took whatever we had left on the plate and put it back in said pot. So, who knows how many times this spaghetti got served up. Jell-O salad with mayonnaise on top. I thought I was going to puke right there. No, I didn't eat it. Sliced pickles mixed with seasonless mashed potatoes and cold beans. I was baffled, to say the least. My grandfather decided to do a ham for Christmas Day. Unfortunately, that's all he really made. It was nowhere near enough to serve a group of around 10. Guacamole. Was visiting in the home of my ex's childhood friend in Kansas, and they kindly decided to make us a huge salad bowl of guacamole. It was whitish, with a slight tint of green, and consisted mainly of very pale, unripe avocados and mayonnaise. There was no other food or chips served with it, and it was just assumed we'd eat it alone like a bowl of ice cream. Box mac and cheese, but the mom didn't know you had to drain the water. Added the cheese powder, and everything. Pink, raw, chicken curry by an ex-girlfriend's alcoholic mother. Was a fun one trying to explain to a drunk why I wasn't eating. Also the toilet wouldn't flush because a bottle of gin was hidden in the cistern. Rotting chicken. We were invited to a neighbor's house for dinner. Something tasted off. Through the dinner conversation, we discovered that we were being served slimy chicken leftovers from a party she had hosted 4 to 5 weeks earlier. Stomach cramping and diarrhea within an hour of eating it. It was definitely food poisoning. I have never accepted a dinner invitation from a neighbor ever again. My friend said his mom was making meatloaf for dinner, so I was like, dope, actually like meatloaf, but what she served us was not fucking meatloaf, it was dry as hell beef. There was raisins in there, and undercooked carrots with plain grainy instant mashed potatoes. Disgusting. Another time, she served us instant ramen with cut-up hot dog and ketchup on top. Absolutely not. I stayed at a friend's house one time, and we were feeling like a snack, and he said he had some Lucky Charms but didn't know if he had any milk. So we open up the fridge, and lo and behold, there's a gallon of milk. They had apparently forgotten they had it. Good news, right? Wrong. The milk was spoiled, and he was eating the cereal and was looking at me crazy when I decided not to after all. LOL. Some friends had me and my partner over for dinner. We usually host dinners, and they were excited to take a turn. We were excited, too. We get there at 6, and they hadn't even started dinner yet. They made mole. We ate at 11, and it was gritty and barky and all wrong flavor and texture. They were thrilled with how it came out. It was a super sweet gesture, so I am grateful. But I don't need a second helping rolling on the floor laughing. Armadillo soup. Later found out that is the main way people these days catch leprosy. Back in the 90s, this jar of liquid shit called Chicken Tonight. My pal's mother made it every week. Sunday, it was rank. Every fucking week. My friend asked if I liked asparagus, which I do. What was deposited onto my plate was not the expected spears, but a fibrous green puddle that looked like algae scraped from a river rock. She had taken canned asparagus and boiled it into an unrecognizable, amorphous goo. It was the single most revolting thing I have ever tried to eat. Boiled skinless chicken breast. No seasoning. Thawed, previously cooked turkey that was very dry from extensive freezer burns that made the meat bright white. She then overheated it in the microwave and turned it into an edible jerky. Tasted like it had been in the freezer for a decade, and it probably was. Macaroni soggy, the peas are mushed, and the chicken tastes like wood. Musical note, musical notes, musical notes. My college roommate mom invited me over for a traditional family lasagna. I took one bite, and it tasted violently like spearmint. I thought my taste buds were broken until I watched her make the garlic bread. She ran out of butter, so she used mint toothpaste because it provides a fresh herbal aroma. I swallowed it out of sheer terror. My first husband and I were invited to a friend of his house. We were served undercooked turkey legs and baked onions, with cloves in them. It was the worst meal ever, and I had food poisoning for what seemed like a month. It was horrible. They called it missionary mess. A regular garden/side salad with romaine, ranch, tomatoes, cucumbers, cheese, etc. Then they put beef spaghetti on top. Directly on top. And then they put broken up tortilla chips on it and mixed it all together on the plate. It was vile. I was so starving that I ate it and said thank you, but I never ate it again. It was my ex-boyfriend's dad, and one of his favorite things that his wife made. I was called boring and unadventurous for not enjoying a chili an ex's mom made. It wasn't excessively bad, but she had dumped a tin of fruit cocktail in it for reasons. Finding a glacier cherry in my chili was awkward, and the meat soaked up all the fruit juice, which was just weird.